believe. Jesus said in the Gospel of St. John, chapter 20, verse 29. So, those who have not seen, when it comes or when it is mentioned regarding the past, this is a reference to all the prophets, all the righteous people, all the people of the Old Testament, that they believed in the promise of the salvation of God that was to come, but they never lived long enough to see its fulfillment. When it is mentioned in regard to the present time of Jesus, or the present time of Jesus' resurrection, this is referring to the people who heard the promise of Jesus that he was going to suffer death and after 3 days rise from the dead. For example, in the Gospel of Apostle Luke, chapter 18, verse 32 and 33, Jesus said to his disciples, he will be delivered over to the Gentiles. They will mock him, insult him, and spit on him. They will flog him and kill him. On the third day, he will rise again. Of course, not only the disciples of Jesus Christ heard this promise or prophecy from the lips of Jesus Christ over and over. The crowds and the authorities heard that. So this is why the authorities came to Pilate after the crucifixion and after the burial, according to St. Matthew the Apostle, chapter 27, verse 62, 64. He says, the next day, the one after preparation, the chief priests and the Pharisees went to Pilate. Sir, they said, we remember that while he was alive, that deceiver here is a reference to Jesus, said, after 3 days I will rise again. So give the order for the tomb to be made secure until the third day. So thousands of people heard about the resurrection of Jesus Christ at the time that it was about to happen, when he was preaching to the crowds. After his resurrection, also there are people who heard about his resurrection, and some of them believed without seeing. In the book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 40 and 41, Apostle Luke tells us about the sermon, the preaching that Apostle Peter did. And he says, with many other words, he warned them, the crowds, and he pleaded with them, save yourselves from this corrupt generation, Apostle Peter preached. Those who accepted this message were baptized, and about 3,000 were added to their numbers that day. So there were 3,000 people who heard about the resurrection of Jesus Christ through the apostles. Never saw the resurrection, but they believed. So we have two groups of people who believed without seeing with their own eyes the resurrection. Now, when this reference, blessed are those who believe who have not yet seen, when it talks about future generations, all the generations that came after the resurrection throughout the 2,000 years, up until today, including all of us, this is referring to the people who believe in the message of the resurrection, despite the powerful, distracting machine of propaganda. So the people who believe in the message of the resurrection, despite the strong propaganda, this is a special type of people. They are people who are able to see through the smoke screen of the propaganda and discern the truth despite all the lies and all the manipulation of the truth, trying to hide the truth. So this is the type of people that have to fight the hardest to discover the truth of the resurrection. The resurrection of Jesus Christ is the most rewarding event of all times in human history. There is no more rewarding event than the resurrection. But it is also, or it can be, the most upsetting event in all human history to the people who don't want the truth to come out. The resurrection of Jesus Christ is a product that cannot be controlled. It cannot be patented. It cannot be the exclusive use of a certain person or a certain group. The resurrection of Jesus Christ is an event that belongs to all humanity. But also, it is a product or an event that renders all philosophies, all religions, all other teachings as obsolete. And that is the upsetting part of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So there are people who would be very upset with the resurrection of Jesus Christ. There is no other event in human history that can liberate mankind from death, sin, depression, hopelessness, anger, revenge, and all immoralities. The only event that can do that is the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ's resurrection is a platform, is a reason for a term we use in business. It lays off all the snake oil products and salespeople. When faced by the message of the resurrection, snake oil salespeople will have to make a choice. Either go through a change of heart, facing the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Every single human being upon the earth has to make a choice. Either believe in the truth or follow the propaganda that is put out by the snake oil producers.